What's up, gang? So this is kind of my my walk of shame here. My walk of video shame, I guess, is the best way to put it. You probably noticed I do not have my little tent trailer thingy that I just showed off last week. I sold it. You know, sometimes I think I have good ideas, and this one just did not pan out, folks. It wasn't safe to tow. I took it on a little trip, just literally around the neighborhood. I didn't even take it on the highway, just some 45-mile-an-hour streets around my house. And guys, it was bouncing around like madness. Backing it up, there was no backing it up. My plan was to literally park and unhitch it and push that thing wherever I wanted it to go, because you can't, I mean, you can back up a little 6-foot trailer, but it is a pain in the butt. But it was mainly the bouncing and the swaying, even going 40, 45. It's just, it wouldn't be fun. And if it's not fun, I'm not going to do it. And I don't want that. And I definitely want to be safe out here towing things like that. So somebody had a need for it, because someone bought it about 2 hours after I posted it. But I had this site picked out to test it out on the first night, because it's close to home. It's about 30 minutes away. So I didn't want it to go to waste. It has been raining all day long. This is the first time I have seen blue sky since 6 a.m. this morning. So the ground's pretty mushy and gross, but I just didn't want to let this site go to waste. So we're going to be tent camping tonight and kind of hope for the best that the rain is done. It looks like it's starting to clear up a little bit, but it's going to be wet. So I'm going to find a place to put my tent up. I need a pretty flat spot, but I'm on a pretty big kind of sloping incline. But this site is really cool. I was out here 2 years ago on this spot, and it's kind of got its own private road to come in here. And you just kind of snake down this whole area, and it's got a little loop and a picnic table up there. But it's kind of like in its own little secluded area of this park. So it's a really neat little site. No electric. It's just kind of boondocking camping. But I think the only flat spot that I see is going to be close to over there. Kind of far away from the picnic table, but I don't really care. That's fine. So guys, I'm losing daylight really fast. I got to get this tent set up, so let's get that cracking before it gets too dark. Some tent stakes would be fantastic right about now. But I love this tent. I used it a couple times last year. It's an easy up tent, and it truly is easy up. It takes all of about 5 minutes to get this thing set up. I say that, watch it go horribly wrong. But luckily this tent came with a hammer, because I forgot my hammer. What a heavy duty awesome manly hammer this is. Oh, I'm warm now. I can get this jacket off, but that is that's camp setup, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ever knock the plastic hammer. I don't normally like rain flies, but I'm afraid that we're definitely going to need it tonight. But I'll deal with that later. But yeah, I think in real time that took maybe about 12 minutes to get everything. I even brought my buddy heater because it was cold today at home. It's not cold right now, so I don't know if I'm going to need this, but I'm going to stick it in a tent just in case. All right, well, this is home for the evening. Mr. Buddy heater, my tiny little Jackery. I'm not even probably going to need any power tonight. My little air mattress, and my really heavy-duty sleeping bag. Again, I thought it was going to be, I'm actually sweating. I thought it was going to be cooler than it was. But I shouldn't have any problem staying warm tonight. But now I got to kind of get things situated so I can hang out. So, yeah, obviously this type of setup, it takes work and compared to like my truck camper. But I don't know, sometimes there's just something fun about getting a tent set up. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I don't dislike putting a tent up. I do dislike it when it's 100 degrees outside, but when it's beautiful like this, the leaves are changing colors, I don't mind it at all. So I'm gonna get the rest of the stuff put up, and then I'll take you folks for a walk, kind of show you exactly where I'm at. Guys, I even have long johns on underneath my jeans. It's gonna get cold tonight, but that was a mistake, and I'm not about to change clothes. But I'm warm. I'm warm right now. Kind of looking forward to that sun going down. Got my table. I brought what I'm going to call the coolest little camping gadget that I've had in a long time. I showed this on my other channel. It's a little mini fire pit. So I didn't bring firewood tonight because I thought it was going to rain. Probably a mistake on my part, but we're going to have a little fire around this little mini fire pit tonight. Got my wood chips. Just a whole bunch of stuff I probably don't need, except a chair. And I think we're just going to cook dinner right here in front of the tent, guys. I don't see a need to go all the way up to that table up there. Nice little table. I think that's good for right now. Go take a look down there by the water. See what we're working with. Hey folks, I'm not too far from home. About 30 minutes away. I'm at Lake Benbrook, which is an Army Corps of the Engineers Lake. And you know, it's not the nicest facilities or the the cleanest campground, but it's close to home. And I think actually the non-electric sites are nicer than the RV sites. I don't like coming here with my RV. But typically this is all underwater. But we're in Texas, and we haven't had a lot of rain lately until today. But yeah, it's kind of marshy now. But yeah, I mean, it's really quiet out here too. And there's a neighborhood with some giant houses, I don't know, 100 yards behind where I'm parked at. So that you've got some probably $1 and $2 million homes. I could hit a pitching wedge too from here. I'm going to point you right into the sun. Walk through all this mess. That wind feels good. I was getting a little toasty. You got this whole area to park in. There's your picnic table. You got all of this area if you have kids, ton of room. And that site right next to me is an equestrian site, so they actually have like a little horse pen, or horse arena, I guess, where you can let your horses go. But right behind these trees, this tree line and this hill is where those giant houses are. I think you might have got a glimpse of it through the drone coming in, but really pretty houses. And looking at my tent this direction, I can tell I'm still at a bit of an angle, but that's fine. My head's going to be above my feet. So yeah, gang, we're here. Not the camping trip that I planned, but I did order more stuff. So I am building another rooftop tent system. It's not going to be on a trailer. I'm putting it on the back of that. It's not going to be permanent because that's the whole reason I took my shell off, was to lose some weight to help tow the RV. But I got a plan. I got some really nice ladder racks coming in. I actually got a different rooftop tent because the one that I bought was out of stock originally. So I got another one. I'll show you folks what that's going to be. But we're going to put it on the back of the truck, and that's going to be a lot better setup. You know, I wouldn't mind driving to Colorado with it. I wouldn't ever take that little tiny trailer probably more than an hour or two away from the house, just because I didn't trust it. But with this setup, I can go wherever I want. So that's going to be, that's what I'm really excited about. Is I'm not going to be worried about, you know, what could happen with that tiny little trailer. So I think I'm done talking now. Might sit down and have a cocktail. Time for a little bit of dough ball whiskey. Thought I would switch it up a bit and not bring out the peanut butter whiskey. And one day I might actually bring real whiskey. Who knows? Or a real glass. What's the fun in that? Cheers, everyone. Thanks for tagging along. This is good stuff too. If you like the peanut butter whiskey, I really think you'll like this cookie ball, or I'm sorry, dough ball whiskey. Dough ball's the brand. Cookie dough whiskey, I guess, is the flavor. It's 70 proof, so it's not your 80 proof strong whiskey, but it's pretty good. Forgot my whiskey. So I lied. I'm hungry. We're gonna start cooking now. But tonight we're gonna have ghost pepper chicken. I got some sauce from an Austin, Texas based company, that has ghost pepper sauce. They've got habanero sauce. They've got all kinds of hot sauce. And I tested out the ghost pepper at home. And it's very spicy, but it's not like kick you in the butt spicy. So it's really, really good. So we're gonna be having some pretty spicy chicken tonight. First up, let's see. I'm gonna cook up some frozen broccoli. Gotta get this started first. And these little pans from Walmart, Coleman pans or whatever, stay far away from them. They are terrible, terrible pans. Just a little FYI. Just a wee bit of butter. Don't tell anyone. Just some regular old broccoli florets, I think is what you call them. And I'm going to put in a little bit of Cajun style all-purpose seasoning, because why not? A little bit longer. All right, those are pretty good. I brought some foil to dump these in to hopefully keep them warm. So by the time my chicken's done, these won't be cold. At least that's the plan. And they'll kind of cook a little bit more in this foil too while we wait. So now for the main star of the show. Some teriyaki. I love teriyaki. I marinate everything in teriyaki. But just some marinated teriyaki chicken breast. That is a huge chicken breast. Oh my God. What? Wow. This will take a while. I'm going to turn you around, guys. I want you to see this cloud formation that's on the other side of the lake. It's gorgeous. Wow. It's pretty cool. All right, I think this is about done. I don't know, this chicken was so thick. One thing I'm not into is eating raw chicken, so I'll make sure that my chicken's cooked. And I think it is. So we're gonna dump this out away from the fire, preferably. That cooked a little longer than I thought, so, well, I don't know. Now that foil works, it's actually still kind of steaming, so that worked out pretty well. Now, for the sauce I was telling you folks about, Yellowbird Ghost Pepper Condiment. So this is some pretty good stuff. I was surprised how good it was. I got to get my other knife out. I'm not using that knife I used to cut the raw chicken with. We're gonna test it out on the old broccoli first. Still got mosquitoes. That kick's there. It's for sure there. Yeah, it's there. But it's got a really good flavor. So you can either drive down to Austin and pick this up or get it on Amazon. I chose the latter. This hits the spot. This is, ooh, that hit the hot spot. Yellowbirds by nature are immune to the heat from spicy peppers, and therefore have free reign over this abundant food source. While other animals tuck and run at mere whiff of the heat, the yellowbird is leisurely dining in the comfort of the pepper garden, basking in the flavor of the spice. I guess that's where they got their name. The more you eat it, the more I feel it. I'm pretty sure water makes it worse. I can't eat any more. That was like 4 chicken breasts from what I'm used to. We normally butterfly our chicken breast and eat half. We obviously didn't butterfly that one. That was huge. So I'm gonna take this down to the lake and actually feed the fish that I can hear jumping all over the place. Well, gang, the fire has finally died down. I got the living quarters kind of situated. Got my nightlight, iPad, little battery. I got a little light coming up here. So that's really the only light that I have other than what's on this camera. And my little fancy, it doesn't come through, but it's pretty cool little light. Got my cooler in here and my buddy heater over there in the corner. I really don't think I'm gonna be needing him tonight. Everything is really, I've got to say it, moist. like my hat, the brim of the hat is just, it's wet. So this tent is going to be an absolute nightmare in the morning to pack up, because I have a feeling it's going to be just soaking wet from all of the condensation in the air. And I have, I don't know what I was thinking, folks, but I brought some really heavy, thick flannel pajamas or pants, but I don't think I'm going to need them. So I don't know. It's actually pretty comfortable in here right now, if I can get you up there. But this air mattress is real, or it's not even, it's kind of like a foam. I know you can't see me. It's kind of like a foam air mattress. But I've used it a couple times and it does good, but I'm gonna get, the ground's cold, so I probably will get cold tonight, so I'm probably gonna be happy that I brought these pants. But that's about it, folks. I got some peaches that you're sitting on that I'm gonna have during my movie tonight. And yeah. Scoot this over. I don't know. I kind of like tent camping. It's fun. It feels more like camping to me. A little bit more work. Yeah, I know. But it's still, I don't know. It's still fun. So, I'm going to be watching an old school movie tonight. Lone Survivor. I think I've seen that 10 times probably, if not 20. But that's what we're going to be chilling with tonight. And yeah, gang, that's going to be about it. I'm going to see you in the morning. It's going to take a while to get all this stuff put up and get some coffee made. I don't even care if I have a sunrise. I think I'm going to sleep pretty well tonight. This thing is really comfortable. So, and I have nowhere to be tomorrow, except for the fact that it's my 11-year anniversary, my wife and I. But that's not until tomorrow night. Tomorrow evening is going to be the date. So 11 years tomorrow. So speaking of my wife, last week was my birthday. While I get this stuff out of my pocket, and she bought me this new Olight. I don't know if you folks know, I'm a huge Olight fan, and you're not even going to be able to see it, but this is the Warrior Mini 3. I don't know if that's going to come through the paint job on this thing, but it is a sweet light. It's like 20, don't quote me, I can't even remember now. It's 2,000 something lumens, I don't know, but this was my little birthday gift from her, and it's been in my pocket ever since. So it's a really cool little light. Tail switch. It's bright. But that's my it's my new toy. It could be a heck of a nightlight. But anyway, I don't even know where that came from. I'm getting stuff out of my pocket. So, folks, I will see you in the morning. Unless something crazy happens tonight, I'll make sure to wake you up and show you. I'm not going to take my jeans off either. Not yet. This isn't bad at all. Good morning. Oh, it got cold. Should have been expecting that, but yeah, that's a bright light. Well, anyway, my camera keeps dying because it's so cold. I guess it doesn't like the cold battery, but we're gonna try to get this thing started. That feels better already. You gonna work there? Man. There we go.
it down to 37 degrees. So it's might not be cold to some of you folks, but it got it's pretty chilly for me. Ugh. Especially sleeping on the ground. I think it gets a little bit, feels colder when you're ground level. The ground gets cold. Oh, this jacket's cold too. That feels good though. This is the only bad part about the whole tent camping thing, is just putting everything back up. And everything, I mean, it's everything so wet, everything's so moist. Moist and creamy is what I'm working with this morning. Everything is just terrible. Ugh. I had my camera set up last night for a time lapse. The Milky Way was right in front of me. Let it run for about 3 hours, and I went out there and checked it, and the camera was just dripping wet, and the lens completely fogged up. So that didn't pan out at all. But there's just a lot of moisture in the air today and yesterday. I mean, everything I touch, it's a little juicy. Dry out my hat before I put it on. And a buddy heater is not going to work because it's just making it probably worse. But it's warm. I'm going to get things tidied up here, and we're going to start to break down the tent and get some coffee made and head home. Alright, well, I mainly got can't put away. Buddy heater's still going strong. These things are great, but I mean, they put off a lot of heat. But it just makes everything so wet. But this thing kind of took the chill out of the air this morning. We're gonna go and get this thing turned off so it'll cool down, so I can get it packed away. But let's go check out and see what this morning brings us. I think we woke up just in time. Not quite the sunrise yet, but I think we might get a pretty good one. Oh, my boots are gonna be soaking wet. Ugh. Do some aerobics here this morning. Oh, yep. Oh yeah, that feels good. Nice cold boots in the morning. Nothing better. Oh, look at that moon. Cool. All right. Yeah, that's a pretty cool pre-sunrise. All right. Well, luckily, I didn't have to really pack up that tent, or the tarp, or the rain fly, because everything is so wet. If I put it in the bag, it's going to just mold, so I got to take it home and probably open it up and stick it in the garage for a day or so.
because it was literally dripping water. My hands are not working right now. It's so cold. And all I want is some coffee. You're getting kind of a nice sunrise, I think. There you go. It lit. Wasn't too happy about it. All right. Well, there's an up close view of the lake. That sun about to pop up over there. But there was a ton of deer out here last night. I heard a bunch of rambling around, so I woke up thinking it might have been coyotes because there was barking all night long. But it was just a whole bunch of deer out here, kind of wading in the water. I don't know what they were picking up, but I think I probably counted 8 or 9 does. I didn't see any buck, but yeah, I think that sunrise might be pretty good this morning. I think I just stepped on deer poop. Yay. Alright gang, well, coffee is ready, truck is packed, sun is poking out over the horizon behind me, and we are ready to head home. So gang, thanks for watching, thanks so much for tagging along, and we'll see you soon. Take care.